Hello, this is Christopher Walken. I'm here to replace Mr. Barany. He's on vacation. I'm not really sure where, but it doesn't matter. Anyhow, this is chapter 10, number 62. We have a motor. It's got a torque of 255 meter newtons. I'm not really sure what torque is. I don't know what idiot came up with the word torque anyway. Seems kind of French to me. Look at the word. It's got T-O, it's not T-O. It's got a bunch of useless letters. I'm not really sure why, but I guess it's a rotational version of force. So anyhow, we need to find the power in the motor to get it to go 3,750 rotations per minute. We want to find the horsepower, actually. I don't know. Horsepower has to do with power, because it's got the word power in it. So, the only formula I know for power is work over time. And work is force times distance. It's work you can do every second. So force times distance over time. You see, distance over time. Well, that's just the same as velocity. This is force times velocity. So the rotational version of force would be torque. So I'm gonna use torque. And I'll call the power torque. And the rotational version of velocity is angular velocity. They use omega. I'm not really sure why, but okay. Here it is, omega. So we got power equals torque times angular velocity. And I changed the angular velocity from revolutions per minute to radians per second, because Mr. Barany says it's what you're supposed to do. I don't know. Mr. Barany, he's a nice guy, so I believe him. So we do that. We find 1,000. It's not 1,001. Sometimes I don't know what I'm talking about. 10,000. So 100,138.2658. And that's watts. But we want to convert watts to horsepower. I like watts. Reminds me of light bulbs. But okay. So we change that by multiplying by how many watts there is in the horsepower. There's 146 watts in the horsepower. And when we do that, we get 134.233 6003 horsepower. Now we need to change sig figs. I'm not really sure what sig figs is, but all I know is what a sig sauer is. So I guess a sig fig is something that shoots fruit. Anyhow, I see three numbers here. I see three numbers. It looks like four numbers to me, but Mr. Barany, he says the zero doesn't matter. It could be 3749 or 3751, and they rounded it up. So that's three numbers. So we'll stick to three numbers. Make 134 horsepower.